Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aiden. As you can tell from the title of this video, we're mixing it up a little bit and we're going to be taking a look at the Azura 2000 in the Brain colorway. But before we get into all of that, I want to welcome back my returning viewers. Thank you as always for supporting me and this channel, and to any new viewers, welcome to the channel. We do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week, so do make sure to smash that subscribe button. Also make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. So before we go ahead and dive into the review itself, like I always do on my channel, let's just take a quick look at the shoebox. Now, in general, they've kept it pretty clean and simple. We have this primarily white colour throughout, but in the centre of the lid, we do actually have the END and the Saucony branding. Now, the END branding is actually in the shape of a brain. One of the biggest giveaways that this is actually based on the anatomy of a brain, but we'll get into all of that later on in the review. So if we take a quick look now at the label, which reads Grid Azura 2000 in the pink off-white rose colourway. Now, this is in a UK size 9, as you can see. And on the actual pull-out drawer, they have actually incorporated some brain detailing, as you can see. Personally, I really wish they would have just done the whole box in this, brain detailing. I think it looks a lot better and it just works, but it's not really the biggest thing in the world. It's just something I personally would have preferred. And you do also get this stress ball included as well. As you can see, it's in the shape of a brain with the END branding. This is definitely going to come in handy since I've returned back to work. The kids are back to school and I'm about to have another baby, so definitely glad to have that.
Alrighty then.
But you haven't come for the box or the stress ball or anything like that, so let's go ahead and get straight into my review. So if we now go ahead and get straight into the shoe, starting from the toes up. Now the toe box actually has 3 different layers. So on the underlayer we actually have this semi-transparent red mesh material, which is then overlaid with this really nice premium cream suede. This is then overlaid once again on the toe cap with a slightly different type of suede in this really nice grey colour. The suedes are really nice, really different in terms of the overall textures and the overall feels, but the cream suede, especially around the mudguard, is just absolutely incredible. So all the different layers to the shoe, as well as all the different materials, are supposed to emphasise the different textures of the brain. So if we move on to the lateral side of the shoe, here we have more of that really nice grey suede like we saw around the toe cap. Now this is supposed to represent the grey masses of the brain, whereas the red underlays as well as the pink suede around the ankle collar is supposed to represent the brain's anatomy. And now moving down to the midsole, here we have this all white EVA midsole, which actually incorporates grid technology into the midsole itself. According to my research, this is to actually help with actually making the midsole more comfortable as well as more stable when it's on feet. To be honest, I haven't had much of an opportunity to try these out as yet. I think I've only actually wore them for about 10 minutes and that's about it. And I genuinely found that the shoe is incredibly comfortable, to be completely honest. But as you can see, I've not really worn this out of the house. I've not really given it too much time, so I don't really want to touch on comfort as yet. This is something I'd probably have to wear for at least a few days to kind of get a real feeling or a real sense of how comfortable it's going to be in the long term. Switching now to the outsole of the shoe, here we have this semi-translucent outsole, which actually does glow in the dark. Now, only a portion of the actual outsole does glow, which are in these more yellowish colours. Now, the parts that don't glow in the dark, I believe they're actually supposed to represent the actual anatomy of the brain again. But if you actually do look just underneath the actual heel of the outsole, you can actually see into the grid technology. I just thought that was a really cool detail, something that you don't often see. I do think it's not going to look so good after a couple of wears, but if you are planning on just keeping the shoe up on a shelf, or if it's just for aesthetics, I think it looks absolutely incredible. But if we now move back into the centre of the shoe itself, in the centre of the shoe we actually have these off-white creamy laces. Now if you don't like how the factory laces look, you can always alternatively swap them out for these pink laces, which personally I do think look a lot better. They're a little bit brighter and it does add a slightly different look to the shoe. But when I actually went in for the raffle, it was showing the shoes with the pink laces, and I just think it looks a lot better in my opinion. Now, both the laces do actually have the END branding on the actual aglets, I think is what the technical term is. Not sure if it's going to pick that up on camera. But really nice detail. But the laces themselves do actually sit atop this pink suede tongue, and at the very top of the tongue we do actually have the END and Saucony branding, just like what we saw on the shoebox. But now just quickly taking a look around the ankle collar and sock liner. Around the ankle collar we do have this really nice pink suede wrapping right the way around. But then moving inside the shoe itself, we do actually have this really nicely padded grey sock liner. So just to quickly take a look at the insole of the shoe now. On the front side of the insole, we do actually have some of that really nice design like we saw on the pull-out drawer of the box. I personally went with my natural size in a size 9, and I do feel like it fits me absolutely fine. There's plenty of room in the toe box, but not too much where it looks a little bit weird. And in general, I do think going true to size is going to be the best reflection on you. If there's any chance for you to try the shoe before buying, I would highly recommend you do so, just so you can understand the best fit for you. Now, just another couple of little details about the shoe that I actually do like. Connecting directly to the mudguard, we do actually have a 3M strip that wraps right the way around the heel and takes you to the other side. And then on the heel, at the bottom portion, we do have that grey suede. In the centre, we have more of that cream suede, like what we saw on the mudguard. And then at the top portion of the heel, we do have that Saucony branding. And other than that, I think we've just about covered everything that needs covering on this shoe. So now let's go ahead and get straight into my opinions on the shoe. So just to wrap up this video in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, I do give the shoe a very solid 8.5 out of 10. I genuinely was really surprised by how much I actually like this shoe. I always go for every raffle anyway, just so I've got some content for the channel. But when these actually came in, just in terms of the materials, the actual layout of the shoe, and the fact that it's actually based on a brain was just a little bit mental. I really do like this shoe. Not sure if I'm going to keep it as yet. I think I'm just going to keep it around for a little bit, try it out, see how it looks, and see if I can actually get it to work out. It's kind of like a PE teacher's dream, this shoe, and it's not necessarily something I could actually see myself wearing too often. So as it stands right now, I'm kind of not sure what I'm going to do with it. But I'd love to know what you guys think as well, so do make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. And if you've stuck around to this point in the video, I want to say a massive thank you. Please make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.